Hi all, welcome back to part 2 of this Selenium hybrid framework series. In part 1, we created a simple script that ran successfully but did not give any pass or fail result. We also saw that we used WebDriver Manager instead of system.setProperty. So in this video, we will be looking at how to convert this particular script into a test case that will give us a pass or fail result. I'm going back to the application. So after a successful login, we landed onto this page. However, we have not verified whether the page that is displayed is expected page or not. So we will be verifying whether this products label is displayed after the login. So I will capture this particular element also. So let me put that element here after the click. So I'm going to write web element and label its products is equal to driver dot find element, and let me check what is the correct locator here. So let me point to this products, and so it is the class. So let me use this class. Okay, so I will go back and I will use by dot class name, and I will use this class name, and then I'm simply going to write system.out.println, and so this particular element I want to see whether it is displayed or it exists or not. So is displayed or not, right? So this is going to give me a true or false result. So let me close this and run my application once. So as I mentioned earlier, so we are going to run it as Java application. I'm going to save my script. It will again perform the same operation of launching the application and a login, and after logging in, it will display either true or false based on whether it finds that products label or not before closing the browser. And as expected, it found the element and it has returned true. But however, again you can see it is not yet giving any pass or fail result. So what I'm going to do now is, instead of this public static void main, I am simply going to write another method name, public void, and I will give my name as test login. So this function name I have given it as test login, and now what I am going to do is I am going to give one annotation as test. So I am using TestNG here. So let me import this TestNG and this TestNG annotation. So here also again you can see in pom.xml file I have TestNG dependency added. Let me save this. Now notice the difference. I'm going to right click, and if I go now to run as, you can see instead of Java application it is giving TestNG. So let us see what happens when I click there. So you can see another tab here, results of running class login test. Now it has launched the browser. Again it will perform the same operation of login and it will close the browser. Now you can see here also it gave me the true. However, now the result is different and it is showing as passed, shopping, test case, login, test login, and finally also it is showing me as total test runs 1, passes 1, failure 0, and skip 0. in this results of running class of login test, if we see, then it will show us again the result, and it's giving us the result as green. Again, still we are printing this whether the products is displayed or not in the form of just simply true or false. We will remove this, and now we will use assertion provided by TestNG. So assert true I will be using, and again here I will be using this same thing, and I will use is displayed. Simple. Let me just see whether it has imported it. So here, see, here it is by default imported from JUnit, so this we do not want. So just let me remove this and come back here, and so here I am going to import it from org.testng. Okay, so now you can see we have imported from org.testng, and now let me run my script. So again my test will execute. Now this time it will not print anything because we have not given system.out. However, it will still verify, and if the result was false, then it would have failed this test case. So now it's simply showing me as passed, right? So this is the actual test case that we have created out of our simple script from part 1. Now if you see here in this particular script, we have given this WebDriver manager and until launching of the application in this particular login test itself. Now consider a scenario wherein there will be multiple test cases that will require this particular browser launching and opening the application, etc. So this particular code I will need to give in every test case. So is there any way to eliminate this use of repetitive code? The answer is yes, and for that in the next video we are going to implement base class concept. So base class will have this particular code which will be executed before every test case, and at the time of implementation we will see how to create a base class in detail. So until then, bye and keep watching. Thanks all.